Today I'm talking about a Black Sabbath reissue that you should buy and a Black Sabbath reissue that you should avoid. All that and more coming up on Friday Night Vinyl. Alright, 33ers, hope you had a good week. I'm not sure if you caught it this week, but Body Count, Ice-T's metal band, issued a new track. This is the third single from their upcoming album called Merciless, which comes out in November. And this one was really cool. This was their interpretation of Pink Floyd's Comfortably Numb. The song is completely reimagined. There's parts you'll recognize, but for the most part, it's completely reimagined. But what's super cool about it is that David Gilmour is also on this track, and he's soloing across the whole thing, man. It's really good. As I said, the new Body Count album, Merciless, comes out November 22nd, and I'm a fan, though I would say, at least to me, Body Count's albums can be hit or miss. I really dug their debut. I love Manslaughter, which came out in 2014. The last album, Carnivore, I didn't really dig, but I got my hopes up for this one. Anyway, if you haven't heard their interpretation of Comfortably Numb, it's on the streaming services. Definitely worth checking out.
Channel 33 RPM.
Before I get into the Black Sabbath talk, I want to give a big shout out to everyone who's bought a t-shirt from the Channel 33 RPM store, including this one, a couple other Halloween designs. The sale is still on, and I've been getting some emails from you guys saying the shirts are arriving and they're going out pretty fast. So a big shout out and thank you to everyone who has bought a t-shirt. Also big thank you to everyone who has joined Club 33. You can learn more about channel memberships on the main YouTube page. If you join Club 33, it's $3.99 a month. For that, you get early access to pretty much all the videos. You get exclusive video every month. You get 10% off in the Channel 33 RPM store and tons more. So again, big shout out to everyone. Thank you so much. As I said, it's been a long week. The weather's been beautiful here this week. I got off work today and it was like 28 degrees Celsius, which is like 84, 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Can't ask for a better fall than this. So it's been awesome. Anyway, I want to talk about Black Sabbath, a reissue to avoid and a reissue that you should buy. This is the one. This is the one that you should avoid. This is the high fidelity Blu-ray audio disc of Black Sabbath's Live Evil featuring Ronnie James Dio. This just came out hot off the presses or whatever, released by Rhino. And I usually love Rhino stuff. They do a great job, but this is one, man, where I was disappointed. There are a few issues. First of all, the advertising for this release was misleading. On the Rhino website, it's advertised as Dolby Atmos 7.1 as well as high-res stereo DTS HD Master Audio 5.1, which I found kind of confusing. In reality, it's in Dolby Atmos as well as 2.0 high-res stereo. Well, the website is misleading. The hype sticker on here was accurate. It said, what did it say on here? Includes Dolby Atmos and high-res stereo mixes. So that's what it is. That was my first issue. The second issue is that they used the original mix of the 1982 live album rather than the 40th anniversary remix that came out last year. The remix I thought was much cleaner, so I was hoping they would use that. And my third issue, and this is the biggest one, is that the surround mix is just not very good. I listened to the 7.1 Atmos mix folded down to 5.1. And basically the band was in the front speakers, and coming out the rear speakers was some crowd noise and some echo and reverb, which I guess recreates the live concert experience, but I was expecting or hoping for more. Maybe having Ronnie dead center in the front with Tony and Geezer panned a bit. I'm not sure. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. And I'm a fan of a lot of these 5.1 remixes coming out. I thought the remixed surround sound version of Def Leppard's Pyromania that came out earlier this year was great. I'm a big fan of some of the Quadio releases that Rhino has been putting out, but this one was just disappointing. I can't see myself giving this too many listens. I made notes here. I said overall, this was a very uninspiring surround mix with an overall muddy presentation. Unless you're after the high-resolution 2-channel Blu-ray audio, I would recommend sticking with the 40th Anniversary Super Deluxe reissue, which sounds fantastic. Now, here's a Black Sabbath reissue that you should definitely get. This is the Rhino high-fidelity reissue of the Black Sabbath debut album. Initially, Rhino had put out 5,000 copies of this, numbered copies, and those sold out right away, so they issued a second batch. This is the second batch I got, and these ones are not numbered, but otherwise, as I understand it, it's the same packaging, it's the same everything. This sounds great, man. I'll quickly show you what it looks like. It comes with this Obi strip with some details about the release, 180 gram, cut from the original analog master tapes by Kevin Gray, exclusive insert with commentary by engineer Tom Allum, limited edition. Super thick, heavy stock cardboard jacket, glossy, with the original gatefold. The original was silver text. Oh, sorry, the original was white text. This is silver on black. I'll show you what was inside. Here's that booklet. I mean, the booklet's nothing too special. There's an image of the tapes from the sessions. There's the interview with Tom Allum and some photography and another image of the tape. The record came polylined inner sleeve, black vinyl, scuff-free, dead silent. It sounds great. This just goes to show that when record labels, record companies put their minds to it, they can still issue flawless releases, and you don't have to pay $100 or whatever for it. I think this was $40 US. I think it was $50 here in Canada, but well worth every penny. I'm a Black Sabbath nerd, so as you can see, I have multiple copies of this record. I did not do comparisons between all of them, but I did compare this Rhino high fidelity reissue with the 1976 NEMS pressing. This is the UK pressing from 1976, and the NEMS version, according to my notes, which I made while listening to it, the NEMS version is a bit more mid-rangey and punchy. The Rhino Hi-Fi version has more high-end and is brighter, but also sounds larger, with Ozzy's vocals more tightly focused in the middle of the two speakers. So I think this is going to be my go-to copy now. I've heard a lot of people saying it sounds close to the original UK Vertigo release. I don't have that one, so I can't compare it, but I'm going to say I'm done buying this album. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 copies in vinyl alone, and this is my go-to copy. Last I checked, there still were copies of this available in the Rhino store, so if you're a fan of this album, well worth grabbing it. Alright, I also want to tell you about a concert Sherry and I went to last week, Mrs. 33, and both of these bands were bucket list bands for me, and that was Living Colour and Extreme. I've wanted to see them for decades, and they just never really came around, but they played at the casino. They brought their world tour here last week. It was a sold-out show, man. I gotta say, both of these bands were freaking awesome. And I'm gonna go so far as to say that Extreme may be the best live rock band I've ever seen. They were super tight. The vocal harmonies were perfect, and of course Nuno is a guitar god, man, a living legend. He was way better than I thought, and every time I thought Nuno can't outdo himself. He can't do, like, every time he did something that was incredible, I thought, that's it, he can't do any better than that. Then he'd just turn around 5 minutes later and do something else that absolutely blew me away. So if you have a chance to see these bands touring together, because it's a great bill, or even separately, highly recommend it. Living Colour, Extreme, a couple of the best live bands I've ever seen. Alright, 33ers, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the releases I talked about in today's video. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you again for watching. I appreciate your time. I will be back again on Sunday. Until then, keep on spinning.